Quiero que vean este reporte especial del año 1980 y díganme en los comentarios qué les suena muy parecido.
And Canada hopes to buy as many as 137 of the planes at a total cost of $4 billion. But there are doubts about the jet here and in the United States, which is also buying it. Brian Stewart reports.
For all of its weaponry, the toughest battle the F-18 Hornet may ever have to face is the barrage of poor publicity it's now attracting. Its costs have been climbing, and some media reports have described the Hornet as a lemon. There have even been suggestions the U.S. government might cancel the whole 18 program. Earlier this year, the U.S. General Accounting Office, which audits the 18 program, blasted the plane. It and other reports have charged that it was nearly a ton overweight, its undercarriage was faulty, it had problems of drag, reduced engine thrust, range, and its acceleration was below specifications. There were other problems, none of which pleased the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps, which planned to buy over 1,300 of the planes. For Canada, the question has become immediate. Just how good is this plane? And here one enters a vastly complicated air industry world.
The first batch of pre-production model F-18s are being put through their paces here at the Patuxent Naval Air Test Center in Maryland. And according to some in the industry, that is part of the plane's PR problems. For there are many in the U.S. Navy who wish the 18 had never come along at all.
An influential lobby in the Navy would rather spend its budget for aircraft on more of these spectacular Grumman F-14 Tomcats, the world's best air interceptor. George Spangenberg is a retired head of U.S. Naval Air Evaluation, one of America's top experts on Navy planes. He's just one voice complaining that the 18 has been forced on a reluctant Navy.
We fought it off for about 3 years, and then eventually we were overwhelmed and told to buy it or else. And then the syndrome becomes, well, it's better than nothing, which may or may not be true.
In Congress, there are other voices. Many are horrified by the plane's rising cost. Democrat Bruce Vento of Minnesota has been a constant critic of the 18.
This plane is not an outstanding plane. There's nothing unusual about it. We build other planes that are equally as good. The fact is this plane was supposed to be a low-cost plane, and since it isn't achieving that particular mark, I think it's quite realistic to reframe our objectives in terms of what we purchase.
But there are also indications the 18's baptism of fire has been harsher than is justified. The U.S. Navy officially says it's now happy with the 18 and recent improvements. In St. Louis, McDonnell Douglas Vice President Joe Waldner says the corrections were relatively simple. He complains the 18 may have been smeared in part by competitors and insists some of the program has exceeded specifications.
The accuracy of the navigation system is 3 times better than specification. The reliability of the airplane, even at this very early stage, is proving to be twice as good as what the Navy currently has in the fleet.
McDonnell Douglas test pilots have put in nearly 2,000 hours on the 18 and praise its reliability and ease of maintenance.
I have about 150 flight hours in the Hornet at this time, and I guess it's hard to isolate the good points into one single statement. I'd say it's probably the best, has the best aircraft engine that's ever been put in a fighter or tech airplane, bar none.
The airplane is in fact flying as we intended it to fly. The problems that we knew were there, we are finding, and the good aspects that we knew are there, we are finding. And our goal of an easy airplane to fly, which we feel is the most important facet of a modern airplane, is the goal that we are definitely achieving. And this is really paramount to anything else.
It now seems unlikely the 18 will be canceled, and even many of its critics concede that in time it should turn out to be a good plane. That would satisfy Canada's military, which is content to aim for something modern, easy to fly, and to maintain. But even if the 18 meets all expectations, its ultimate test may be its ability to match any military threats from the Warsaw Pact. Here there are serious worries, and that's the subject of tomorrow's report. Brian Stewart, CBC News.